Bulldogs. I'm Hayden.
And I'm Gannon. We've got a loaded show today. History, government, hype, and lunch, which is obviously the most important.
Facts. Speaking of food, let's take a peek at what's cooking in the cafeteria. On today's menu, crispy pizza sticks with a marinara or a good old turkey sub.
Pizza sticks are elite. That's not up for debate. I'd fight a dragon for one of those.
Okay, maybe not a dragon, but I'd definitely cut in line. Kidding, kind of.
Alright, before we get into food fights, let's hand it over to Shelby with the announcements.
Good morning, Bulldogs. Here are today's announcements. Cheer tryouts start on May 5th through the 7th in the gym. And Northgate Girls Basketball interest meeting is on May 16th at 6 p.m. Art Club meets on Monday. Lastly, remember GMAT starts next week, so make sure your Chromebook is charged.
Thanks, Shelby. Now, Gannon, serious question. Did you know Georgia used to have a governor who basically turned the whole state around?
Wait, for real? Like upgraded us from dial-up to Wi-Fi or even cellular?
In a way, yeah. His name was Ellis Arnold, and he made major moves. I put together a quick piece that gives the guy the spotlight he deserves. Let's check it out.
Ellis Gibbs Arnold was born in Noonan, Georgia in 1907. A born scholar, he graduated from the University of Georgia and later earned his law degree from Yale. By 31, he was Georgia's Attorney General, the youngest in the country. There, he gained a reputation as a reformer, challenging entrenched corruption. In 1942, Georgia elected him governor. At just 35, he took on an outdated political machine and an angry electorate desperate for change.
In this new season, we will reform the prison system. We will lower the voting age. And we will restore the damage that Talmadge made and restore accreditation to our universities.
And that he did. Arnold abolished the poll tax, ended the white primary, and lowered the voting age to 18, a first in the nation. He restored Georgia's lost university accreditation, separated the prison system from political control, and even cut state debt. But his progressive views made enemies.
A new South is not something to fear. It is something to build.
He refused to defend white supremacy in the courts. When he lost re-election, Georgia returned to the old ways, if only briefly. Arnold returned to law and business, but his vision never faded. In 1966, he ran again, only to split the vote and pave the way for Lester Maddox, a staunch segregationist. Ellis Arnold died in 1992, but his reforms laid the foundation for a more democratic South. Long before it was popular, he stood for fairness, progress, and the future.
Okay, Ellis Arnold was kind to him. Lowered the voting age, fixed the schools, dude probably organized a soccer too.
Gannon, I think you're a flibbertigibbet, but you're right. He really brought Georgia into the modern age. And speaking of structure, our whole country is built on 3 big branches of government. But don't worry, we're not reading the textbook.
Thank goodness, I'm done with those thingamajigs. Shelby's back with a quick breakdown that'll make sense without putting you to sleep.
Guaranteed, no yawns, no boring lectures, just straight up civic knowledge. Here it is.
There are so many similarities between the U.S. Constitution and the Georgia's Constitution, like the 3 branches of government and how power is distributed, so let's dive right in. One similarity is that they both have 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. The legislative branch is the branch that makes the laws. The main body is the Georgia General Assembly, that is bicameral, which means they have 2 chambers. The Senate has 56 members and the House of Representatives have 180 members. The General Assembly passed the laws on a wide range of issues, including taxes, budgets, education, and criminal laws, confirms appointments made by the governor. The next branch is the executive branch, that has the power to enforce and carry out laws. The governor is the head of the executive branch, along with the lieutenant governor and other state officials, like the Secretary of State and Attorney General. They enforce laws, signs, or vetoes bills passed by the General Assembly, and they oversee the operations of the state's executive agencies. The governor also has power to call special legislative sessions and appoint officials to various state positions, though some of these appointments must be confirmed by the Senate. The last branch of government is the judicial branch. They interpret the laws and ensure justice. The Georgia Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, and various lower courts. Their powers are to interpret the state constitution and laws and ensure that they are applied fairly, review the laws to determine their constitutionality, and resolve disputes between individuals and titles or the state. They also have the authority to hear appeals and rule on matters of law. Checks and balances keep each branch of government with fair power. Each branch can check the other's powers to make sure no branch is more powerful than the others, like the legislative branch that makes the laws, the governor enforces them, and the judicial branch reviews them. Now you have all that you need to know about the Georgia's 3 branches of government.
Okay, that actually made sense. Executive, legislative, judicial, boom, got it.
Yeah, I might even volunteer in class next time. Might.
Alright, Bulldogs, this next one's for our 7th graders. You've probably heard about BTV and wondered, should I join? Well, first off, yes. Second, don't stress, because we've got a hype video that shows you exactly what it's all about.
If I had seen this video before joining, I probably would have signed up twice. Maybe even 3 times.
Not how that works, but I love the enthusiasm.
Let's roll the clip.
My name is Whit Prouty and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Riley Ledbridge and I'm in 8th grade.
It's important to join BTV because it would help with like communication and teamwork, and it also teaches you how to be proactive and work hard.
It gives you creative freedom and it also helps you with communications with others.
Now that's how you sell BTV. Camera, editing, awkward bloopers, we've got it all.
And the best part, you actually get to create stuff for people to see, like this show right now.
So 7th graders, be on the lookout for the sign-up form going out.
Yes, your homeroom teacher or team leader should put the form in one of your Google Classrooms.
Unfortunately, all great shows must come to an end, and so must this one.
But don't worry, we'll be back.
Until then, remember to always be
Respectful
responsible
and resilient. Have a great weekend, Bulldogs. Bye.